Bonjour à tous et bienvenue dans la suite de ce let's play sur Vampyr, c'est Serial Killer. On va aller continuer la quête principale, aller au club Ascalon, mais juste avant, je regarde vite fait si j'ai assez d'ingrédients pour améliorer ma masse. Oh là là, il me manque juste un morceau de poignet. Et pour améliorer mon scalpel, il me manque 4 morceaux encore. Donc juste un morceau de poignet, donc là je vais bientôt pouvoir l'améliorer. On peut désenchanter des trucs. Plaque de plomb. Ouais, tout ça j'en ai assez. Ça savourer, donc autant que je transforme. Les ingrédients, ça c'est toujours bon à prendre. Ça j'en ai beaucoup, donc autant le revendre aussi. Bouteille de parfum. Tout ça c'est des ingrédients que j'ai en masse, donc on va revendre aussi. Et des fourchettes, c'est juste du morceau d'alu. Ah, j'en ai aucun de l'alu. Morceau d'aluminium, là. On va le désenchanter, ça par contre du coup. On va passer un petit niveau. Qu'est-ce qu'il faudrait améliorer là? Qu'est-ce qui me manque un petit peu? Ouais, on avait dit ça, ouais. Ça coûte pas grand chose et j'avais du retard là-dessus. Voilà, dernière fois, la morsure. Ah, 1000, non, j'ai pas assez, c'est passé à 1000. Donc il me faudra un autre truc à 600. Ouais, non, ça a coûté super cher ça, voilà, 2007. Hop. Ah ouais, putain, mais le soin il coûte super cher à augmenter aussi. Je pense que c'est peut-être la prochaine chose que je vais faire parce que il me rend plus beaucoup de points de vie mon soin. Ok, je suis passé à satisfaisant. Donc les prix vont peut-être être améliorés. On va voir s'il me vend moins cher le marchand là. J'ai toujours pas trouvé le pilier. Ça doit être un mec de chez Ascalon. Il me manque 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 PNJ. Ok. Commençons les autres régions. Toujours 100%. Oh, ça a perdu un peu. Les mecs ils redeviennent malades quoi. Super. On soigne tout le monde et puis... Ouais, c'est juste un peu de fatigue. C'est juste un peu de fatigue. Et ici, ça bouge pas vraiment. Parfait. Toujours niveau 3 de charme. Je pense que c'est en allant au club d'Ascalon là que je vais finir la quête principale et que je vais passer niveau 4.
Burn it, boys!
Support the equality between men and women. Women die too in this war.
Allons-y.
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
Ouais, j'aurais vu ça comme un endroit un petit peu plus rangé quand même, le club Ascalon.
There has been quite a battle here. I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
Il est passé où? Ah, il est là.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed.
Ok, je peux pas lui parler plus.
It's locked, all right.
Histoire et objectif du club Ascalon. Le club Ascalon est une association de gentlemen qui vise secrètement à protéger les intérêts de la couronne. Je l'ai fondée en 1837 pour honorer et perpétuer l'héritage de mon créateur, William Marshall, premier comte de Pembroke et véritable protecteur de l'Angleterre. Tous les membres du club doivent posséder une bonne ascendance et des valeurs morales irréprochables. Puisque le club accepte les membres mortels, qui seront placés sous observation et jugés en tant que candidats à l'immortalité, notre objectif est d'imposer des traditions et des conduites respectables au sein de la bonne société vampirique, mais aussi de promouvoir et étendre l'hégémonie de l'Angleterre. Nous sommes la véritable élite de la société britannique. Nous sommes Ascalon, la sainte lance tenue par Saint George, protecteur de l'Angleterre, lorsqu'il a terrassé le dragon. Nous, lanciers, faisons le serment de défendre les intérêts de l'Empire. Ouais, donc en fait, ils sont proches de la couronne, en fait, quoi. Ah merde, putain, c'est une sortie. Ah, clé du sous-sol. Sauf que j'ai fait toutes les portes du bas et... Il y a du monde là. Il y a du monde. Oh, une dague. Dague de qualité. Un couteau petit mais solide, principalement utilisé pour perforer et déchirer la chair de l'adversaire. Ouais, c'est l'équivalent de mon scalpel quoi, mais en quoi il est mieux? Globalement la même chose quoi. Vitesse au niveau max par exemple. Il fait 15 absorptions de sang, vitesse attaque 10, endurance 15. Et je peux améliorer le sang. Et diminuer l'endu. Je peux faire 100 plus de 5, plus 5. Plus 7, 5. Plus 10. Donc on peut amener à 15 plus 10. Vitesse 10, endu 15. Et mon scalpel. À la fin il fait 15 absorption de sang aussi. Vitesse d'attaque 10, endurance 15, pareil. Et pareil, module de sang, module de sang, module de sang, module de sang. Donc c'est strictement identique. Strictement identique. Ouais, c'est pour ceux qui n'auraient pas trouvé le scalpel éventuellement, c'est pour leur faire une bonne arme, arriver là quoi.
I cannot enter.
Good evening.
My good friends, if I may have your attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reed. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bansher was no match for him.
Here, here.
Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reed.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
She's a close friend, and I'm honored that she feels the same about me.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is a mortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End, but the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Why are you suddenly so friendly? The last time I met one of yours, he tried to kill me.
Are you referring to Fergal? He was the most useful of servants, but he was just a servant. You, on the other hand, Doctor, proved yourself much more worthy.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End? Is that it?
Ah, straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reed, but first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
No, I haven't.
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reed. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, You are definitely Ascalon material.
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the Ascalon Club, and to serve me as such.
Before I accept, I have so many questions.
Please ask.
What does it mean to be a member of the Ascalon Club?
It means that you swear to protect the interests of the Crown, that you become a loyal servant of the British Empire.
Do you have any official recognition from the government? A charter from His Majesty the King?
No. Of course, the Ascalon Club publicly supports the Empire, but the true nature of its members remains a secret.
Am I supposed to follow orders?
As founder and chairman of the club, I alone am entitled to make demands of our members, and I do appreciate obedience.
What is the Ascalon?
We follow the credo of William Marshall, the greatest knight who ever lived. As was he, we are sworn to protect the British Empire.
What does Ascalon mean?
Ascalon was the lance wielded by St. George, glorious patron saint of England when he slew the dragon. And like that lance, we pierce the hearts of all our nation's enemies.
William Marshall founded the Ascalon Club.
Not exactly. William Marshall granted me immortality, and I founded the club a few years later. The good knight has been gone for so long.
I killed Fergal, who claimed to be one of yours. Sent to cleanse the East End of all skulls.
Do not worry. My priorities have changed. Fergal was a zealous servant of mine, but like any servant, he had his limitations and is readily replaced if necessary.
I agree
So on a
to
pas le
join
choix.
the club.
This is good news. Good news indeed in these crucial times. Let's inform the Assembly formally and proceed with your initiation.
My initiation?
Fear not. Nothing fancy nor dangerous. It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom are the backbone of this country. My fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Well, speak, Dr. Reed, in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William Marshall, speak now. Will you serve and protect the crown as he did?
Yes, I will.
Then, young Ekon, it is time to testify with your blood. It is time to sign the Book of Allegiance. I know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation. Delightful. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
Ok. Là, il y a tout plein de nouveaux PNJ là.
I personally went patrolling last night in the West End, and I spotted at least 2 foreign Ekons. This is an outrage. We shall chase these intruders down.
I was chased by a gigantic Valcon 2 nights ago.
Parler.
I thought it was Fergal coming back, but no. That creature barely spoke English.
Ils ont une fiche, mais 20 de contrôle mental. Je pense que je pourrais jamais le tuer. Mais ils n'ont pas de quantité d'XP. Ils ne sont pas considérés comme des PNJ a priori. Sauf lui. Quoique, non. Non, ils ont les mêmes fiches en fait. Eux, je peux juste pas leur parler.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. How does it feel to be this evening's centerpiece, figuratively?
I feel like the newcomer, and I do not like it at all.
Do not be alarmed. The Ascalon Club has a tried and tested policy for choosing its initiates.
May I ask who you are, sir?
Why would you be interested?
Well, as you seem to be the only man in the room with a beating heart, you draw quite a bit of attention yourself.
Ah, vampire senses never cease to fascinate me. They dwarf those of mere mortals. I am Aloysius Dawson, by the way.
Are you a member of the...
Yes, I am. And I have been for many years. And will be until the day I die.
What can you tell me about it?
It's not really my place to give you such information. I am merely a mortal member, and a dying one at that.
Are you sick?
Personally, I consider my advancing years are a sickness in itself. My body is slowly abandoning me, Dr. Reed.
Are you not afraid?
Sir, it's for that very reason that I joined the club in the first place.
Is not the nature of this club a secret, shared by only a privileged few?
My dear Dr. Reed, I have spent years and a fortune precisely to gather that kind of information.
So you asked for membership?
I have been a member of many clubs in many countries. But I must admit, this one is my favorite.
What can you tell me?
I would not dare speak of our chairman without his consent.
Mr. Dawson, of Dawson and Dawson, the wealthiest man in England. It is a pleasure to meet such a prominent figure of London.
A withering London figurehead, to be precise.
Are you sick, Mr. Dawson? I am a doctor, you know.
My case is beyond the scope of traditional medicine. I have spent fortunes on the world's most competent doctors to arrive at that diagnostic conclusion.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Should I suppose that you're here in search of some form of immortality?
Absolutely not. I'm here to implement my plan to save the city I was born in. To cast out the ghastly evil that has us all on our knees.
What do you know about the Guard of Priwen?
I should not say this, but I admire their commitment. This is what the nation needs right now.
But they are our enemies.
They are not mine, Dr. Reed.
Would you help them?
No. There is a time for such methods. But brute force will not be enough to fight this plague. We have to think differently.
What is the situation like in this part of town?
I am sure Lord Redgrave will enlighten you more effectively than I.
Money cannot solve every problem. This mysterious epidemic is going to require more than money can buy.
You're right. Money is nothing unless one has the will to wield it. I have a plan, sir. A radical one that will save all that is essential in London.
What is your plan, then?
Quarantine and barricades are futile. What we need is a wall. A formidable, unscalable wall to isolate the deserving from the infected masses.
By doing so, you would create two separate ghettos. What if the disease gets past the wall? The results would be disastrous.
Not if we eliminate all suspected cases of infection as soon as they appear. A necessary sacrifice.
Are you not mistaking sacrifice for summary execution?
Why do you care? Are you not a vampire? Removed from all mortal concerns? Decisiveness is what the city needs, and it needs it now. We'll talk later, Dr. Reed.
Ah, ça y est, c'est ouvert ici maintenant.
That went well, did it not? It is always useful to bolster the troops' morale, especially before a difficult battle.
You have the makings of a general, my lord.
I was, though very long ago. Well, not quite a general, but a proud defender of the crown.
So why did you really want to meet me?
Straight to the point again, young Ekon. All right, let's talk, you and I, Lance Sparrow.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic, and your findings were quite alarming.
Do you know
Not personally, but I've been told he has some sort of immortal fetish, and is a good friend of yours.
Does it bother you that I consider him my good friend?
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner workings, why should I forbid you engaging in conversation with the good Dr. Swansea?
You were spying on me.
Not personally. I rarely leave this building. But once he found you, Fergal kept me informed. Until you put an end to his mission.
Who was Fergal? I don't see him sipping tea with the others in the club.
Fergal Banshire was my squire of sorts. Even before becoming that magnificent beast, he was a brute. He served me well for decades.
No, I mean, what was he? He was clearly no ordinary vampire.
No, he was a Volcod. All muscles and instinct. Quite the rare breed. Ferociously territorial. Mortals often mistake them for werewolves.
You do know I killed him.
Yes.
Will you bear ill will towards me for his death?
Of course not. Your victory was quite impressive and courageous. You earned my respect.
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied Scals in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reed, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants, both mortal and immortal.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Prewen has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation, we must eradicate the Scals.
I have met peaceful and wise Scals. To exterminate them means we are no better than vampire hunters.
Scals are hideous, shameful creatures that give all Ekon a bad name.
So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reed. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club, and you have carte blanche. Interrogate the locals, follow all the leads you find, and get results.
Ok, donc je suis monté à niveau de charme 4.
Have you heard the rumors of some horned vampire revealing himself and singing obscure songs around the city? What is this new malevolence?
Scals have been spotted everywhere in London. We are losing this fight.
I'm sure you have more important things to do than talking with an old man like myself.
How is your invest?
I have a few questions.
All right, but
You made me swear on the blood of William.
William Marshall was the most glory.
William Marshall was a vampire. Is this some sort of joke? Wait. Could he be my maker?
That would be joyful news, for it would mean he still walks among us. But alas, the great knight has left this world for good.
Why is his blood so sacred to the Ascalon Club?
He was simply the greatest defender of the realm we have ever known. I fought by his side at the Battle of Preston, and he made me his progeny following the fight.
What can you tell me?
It's a major concern, and I'm convinced we'll only get a satisfactory conclusion by putting an end to the epidemic.
I have already met Geoffrey McCullum. I am certain he will persist until he has killed every last vampire.
The Guard's current successful recruitment campaign is driven by the ravenous behavior of the Scowls.
I see. So without the epidemic creating Scowls, the Guard could not convince anybody of our presence.
Exactly. Once we have put the epidemic behind us, we need only wait until the Guard grows old and weak. Time will once again become our ally.
What about the risk of a full-scale...
That is exactly why so many of our number have left the country until things improve. But not me. I founded this club. I'll die defending it.
Sa peau a l'air d'être vachement abîmée en dessous son sorte de collier.
May I ask you about the mortal who attended my initiation? Mr. Aloysius Dawson.
A member of the club does not normally ask questions about other members. We trust each other mutually.
So he really is?
Indeed. Only the most eminent members are allowed to attend such ceremonies. Even if I admit some of us fled during the first hours of the Great Hunt.
But Mr. Dawson is mortal. Are you not afraid he might reveal who you are? Especially to your enemies.
Aloysius Dawson is a man of his word, as are all of us. This is the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. We do not grant access to the unworthy.
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
Godspeed, Dr.
We went patrolling last night in the West End, and I spotted at least 2 foreign echoes.
Ok. J'ai chopé la clé des sous-sols, alors comment y aller? Ça c'est la porte qui mène à l'extérieur que j'ai déverrouillée. Il n'y a pas d'autre porte.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed.
Je vais sortir par derrière. Et je vais voir ça. Au niveau des quêtes, on est comment dans cette région du coup? On en a que 4, dont une déjà faite. C'était quoi sa quête? Je me rappelle plus. Bon, bah, je l'ai faite. Trouver un restaurant exceptionnel. Ok. Trouver la maison d'Emily. Ok. Testament d'Emily. Ok, c'est juste à côté, donc on va pouvoir y aller. Faut que j'aille parler à Swansea. On pourra y aller vite fait. Les docs, ça n'a pas changé, il y a toujours les 3 points d'exclamation. Donc ça c'est la quête principale, interroger les gens. Alors, est-ce qu'il n'y a pas une petite trappe ou quelque chose là? J'ai une clé de sous-sol d'Ascalon.
I think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient vampire.
Rats. Tasty rats.
Tell me about vampires, Karina. You must have met one recently.
He promised he would help me, give me immortality, make me escape this world of death. He promised.
Who is he?
I can't tell you, Doctor. He won't let me.
This vampire is as...
Help me, please, Dr. Reed. Help me.
Karina, I order you to reveal to me the name of the vampire who took control of your will. Speak their name.
Don't you dare interfere with my game, Ekon. Go find yourself your own toy and let me play with mine.
Who are you? Reveal yourself. Let this woman be.
Why? What would be the fun in that? It's so amusing to see her defile herself, one bite at a time.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
Infection. Infection. The rats carry it, I heard. Rats. 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 Many rats around that big house. Funny smell, too. Dead flesh.
And where is this house?
West of the park. Not very far. A big house with no sound, no light, no life left.
Donc c'est là où il y avait une porte fermée et
I must go
on voyait plein de rats à côté.
Goodbye, Miss Billow.
Ça serait la maison d'Emily du coup. Peut-être, peut-être pas. Elle a l'air d'être un peu plus loin. Mais cette maison n'était pas ouverte avant. Ah si, non, c'est Vénus.
Hello again, Venus.
Jonathan.
Mais maintenant, je peux la
you're still
charmer.
up. Can't you just knock at people's doors during the day?
I'm sure you can spare me a few minutes. For old time's sake.
Of course you may enter, Jonathan. I remember when Mary came here with her husband and her son. Such a beautiful family. I'm so sorry for your loss, Jonathan. At least you survived the Great War. I feared the worst.
Je fais toujours le tour d'abord. Pour voir si je trouve pas des documents qui pourraient me débloquer les indices avant de lui parler. Comme ça par exemple. Les vampires ont-ils des alliés parmi les vivants? Bien sûr que oui. Ils se font appeler la confrérie et ils se servent leur maître immortel de nombreuses manières. Certainement en échange de privilèges et de connaissances. Le siège de leur pouvoir se trouve quelque part à Londres, là où leurs conseils secrets conspirent contre nous. Je l'appelle la bibliothèque perdue. C'est un endroit où tous ces traîtres rassemblent de nombreux ouvrages occultes et oubliés. J'offre personnellement 1000 livres au premier qui pourra m'apporter la preuve que cette bibliothèque existe et m'indiquer sa position exacte. Clarence Crossley. Eh mais c'est mon pote, ouais. Putain, je pourrais gagner 1000 livres si je mets peu de livres.
All right. It's a pleasure to see you again, Venus.
So you returned from the war in one piece too. Thank God. My Clarence is back home too.
How is the old rascal?
Probably outside, chasing ghosts and chimeras. Clarence has changed a lot since he returned from the war, you know.
How have you been?
I've done my duty, like all British women. You have no idea what it was like to wait for months without knowing if I'd still be a wife or a widow.
I understand. Luckily, this part of town has been saved from the worst of the bombings, from what I've seen.
Yes, and it's also true about the epidemic. The flu has killed here too, of course, but not on such a large scale as in other parts of town.
Venus, why do you worry so much about your family's reputation?
Everyone laughs at Clarence now. And they avoid me because they believe I share his insane opinions. I'm a leper in my own community.
Have you noticed anything peculiar?
You mean except for your return to town? No. Oh, and again, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences for your sister.
Thank you, Venus. It was so sudden. And I've been so busy, I haven't spoken to anyone about it.
I wish I could have assisted at the funeral, but you know, it's been so quick. And what with the epidemic in the streets?
There's no need to apologize, my dear. It's normal, considering the circumstances.
No, it's not. I am sure that Clarence has not even thought to present you his condolences. He is too busy with his penny dreadful stories.
Why is my
It's more an unexpected happy end than a surprise. You and Clarence, back from the war. You have no idea how hard it's been for me.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
The McPhersons. I heard they locked themselves in their own house.
They could just be afraid of getting sick.
Perhaps you're right. But if I were you, I'd pay them a visit. A big house, reachable through a courtyard, to the north of the railway bridge.
Goodbye for now.
Ça va, elle est en bonne santé aussi.
Sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
J'ai l'impression que je pourrais sauter là sur plusieurs trucs pour accéder à son immeuble. Mais que ça bug encore. Bon bah je vais faire une déco reco. De toute façon on approchait de l'heure encore de vidéo. Donc je vais tout simplement arrêter là, puis on continuera ça une prochaine fois. Merci à tous d'avoir suivi jusqu'à présent. Et à la prochaine. Ciao.